Hello there, Scorpio. My name's Frankie. I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient medium, and an empath. This reading's going to be for Scorpio for November of 2019. 11 months gone into the year already. I just can't believe how fast it went. For everybody that's new out there, I pull 4 cards for the month. We'll use the bottom card on the deck for the overall view of the month, and we'll pull an angel card at the end of the reading to hopefully bring everything together for us. Now, I am an empath, so I have a speech pattern. I speak as if I'm you. Guess I make all of us Scorpios named Frankie for the time of the reading. Look at your moon sign and your rising sign. It will give you a more comprehensive view of the month, and I don't believe the cards are going to go week by week. I think they'll blend in and out throughout the month as an overall theme. Now, I have a short message for us, and it's like one word: exaggerated. So, an exaggerated type of energy where we can be really extreme, like in giving or sharing or getting things for ourselves or whatever. And then this energetics of the attitude of the Lord helps those that help themselves. Like, don't anger a Scorpio. It's that kind of energy. So exaggerated. Don't cross my path with ill intent. You're going down. So I got both things. And with our words here, I was thinking, God help anybody who tries to make us be obedient to what they want. Because I don't know, maybe it has astrological thing going on in here, but it probably is astrological somehow, but it feels like fighting energy, but exaggerated, like from one extreme to the other extreme. I don't know what it's going to mean because our cards are not really like that. We have really pretty, most of them, we have a little blip in here depending on what we need, and our words are good. Obedience, not with that original message. Depth, awakening, gratitude, and inspiration. So those are excellent words, and our cards here are pretty good, except for, like I said, don't we always get a blip? We Scorpios always have to have a blip in there. First card here is the Knight of Pentacles. So this is going to be earth energy, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus type energy, male or female, and it can be sun, moon, and rising also. It could be someone in our lives outside of us. We're not earth energy, we're water energy, but he's the knight of arrivals and departures. So it could be someone in our lives or around us that would have the spirit of adventure. They'd be, inspiring. Someone, like if I was hiring someone for a job, be the Knight of Pentacles, because he'd really help me, because he's good at performing any kind of task put in front of him. If you gave explicit instructions, it would be right down to the money. It could also, based on the cards I'm seeing here, be someone that I might be in a relationship with. But he also suggests situations that involve like arrival and departure. Like we could quit a job and for more money somewhere else, move across the country to another place for maybe the same reason, because pentacles are earth energy, so it would be money type energy, or experience changes in our life that would relate or be important to our money. And they're always really good changes, because that's why we'd be making the move pretty much, in order to, or leaving from one job to another job, however that's going to work out. We're all different Scorpios. Or, and I'm going to say it this way, because we have a couple people energies. Maybe I'm leaving Knight of Pentacles energy and moving towards a different or a new type of energy or a new type relationship, whether it's work related, friendship related, however, because we have the Seven of Swords under here, and they said, look at it, this card, for us, and that's the card of, you know, they call it the card of the thief, like someone coming into camp in the middle of the day. Maybe something happened at work that got, got on my, how do I want to say it, last working nerve type of energy, got on my last working nerve. I think that's what my daughter used to say all the time when she was a kid. That just gets on my last working nerve, you know, type of energy. And we walked away from the job and we're going for another job based on maybe utilizing our talents better in some way, shape, or form, or something that's more important or better to us that we'd be grateful for, that would have more depth to it, be more inspiring to us, you know, or moving on to maybe a different or a new relationship. And maybe that could be because of something going on, because our next card here is the Ten of Rods energy, Ten of Swords energy, and that's, it can mean taking up responsibilities that are appropriate or right for a new cycle that's coming into our life. Uh, they might be heavy. The words burdensome is how it's explained. Burdensome, but we would have the strength and the character to carry the burden. We would feel like we could do anything, right? At this point, even if it was something that was really, really difficult for us, we'd be able to handle it or do it. But sometimes the card means that our labor has gone for naught, that we're carrying burdens that aren't even really ours, they don't belong to us, and we could be feeling very weary. Now, some of us, with that Knight of Pentacles energy in there, are going to want to carry the burden. Maybe a love partner might be sick or something like that, you know, and maybe we're saying, okay, I'm going to take care of you. Or maybe if I take on this load at work, it's going to offer or mean I'm going to get a new job that's going to make my life a lot more inspiring, and I'll be grateful for it, you know. But it's up to us with the card, basically, whether the burden, you know, the heavy load we're carrying on our shoulders is something that we've undertaken and we are honestly required, or if it's something that is required of someone else and they are not taking up their own load. Like the kid that doesn't clean their room, and I told him to take the garbage out. It's been sitting there for 4 days. I finally give it up and go take it out myself. That might be that exaggerated energy, like don't cross my path type. Maybe it's the kid that didn't take it out, or, you know, or take it out on time like I had asked them for. Because it can mean like sometimes a family or an organization. Someone gets all the dirty work. That's the words for it. They get all the dirty work for the simple reason they're going to do it, you know? And that, you know, with the card, we want to make sure everybody around us, all others, are doing their fair share, okay? Because I always think of this card, when I think of it, I always think of the coworker that leaves every Friday to get their nails done. They're going to leave 20 minutes early every Friday, and they throw a pile of work on our desk, and they say, oh, Scorpio, you'll do it. Scorpio will do it. Scorpio will be here. You're going to be here late anyhow. Take mine on also. It's that kind of energy, and that is not an energy that we need to take on. So what Spirit's telling us is, with that original message, we may not want to take on that energy anymore, and they're going to be in the line of fire if it is not ours. So some of us are going to legitimately want to carry this load because it's going to be important to us, or something that we want to do for a period of time that's going to benefit us in some way, like a partner being sick, something like that. In others of us, this is going to be the total opposite, where someone else is shirking their duties, and I'm going to have to talk up or speak up. And with the energetics of that original message, I think we might speak very loudly. So maybe we might want to take a breath before it blows, maybe because we were being so generous to them. Several other times they thought that Scorpio will do it all the time. They were nice and kind to me once, so let me take advantage of them again, because that's not happening this month. Yeah, we're not going to be obedient. You're going to get the depth of our Scorpio personality right in your face, because our next energy is the Queen of Swords. So I'm thinking for some of us, this might actually be a love relationship changing from one relationship to another because we got sick and tired of carrying the load, or changing a job from one job to another because people were giving us everybody else's job. So the Queen of Swords energy is, she's she's like the queen of loss, or loss of things. So Queen of Separation and Divorce, they call her also. She's going to be air energy. What am I saying fire for? She's going to be air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius type energy. He or she, male or female. It could be maybe we're leaving one job and going to another job, but this energy is very straightforward, okay? It can be like personal, emotional loss or separation, like divorce or widowhood sometimes for some of us. Uh, it's a person with great authority and power who is very strong-willed. You know, they have the ability to cope with any kind of loss and go on, right? Go on. Stand up for themselves. It can also be like maybe we went through a really bad or emotionally upsetting experience, but it would open us up to like a more spiritual perspective sometimes. So eventually, if we went through a painful experience, it could be maybe seen as spiritual growth in the future. You know, sometimes it's that type of energy. Now, if we're changing jobs, for those of us that might have got sick of whatever we were doing and changing, the approach this Queen of Swords energy, they want the facts and the facts only. They don't do emotion. It's like you go up, you say, this is what I want, this is what, maybe if I'm negotiating for a job, this is what I think I'm worth, this is what I want, to get out of it. It's that kind of energy. Or if I'm explaining myself, I don't boo-hoo, I don't cry about anything. I just say, this, and this is what this coworker was doing to me. They don't care about the emotional part. Just tell them what they need to know. So when I'm engaging Queen of Swords energy, I stick to the facts. I don't use emotion. We remember our original message. We're pretty, exaggerated and what, like, way over giving or way over angry this month. So don't let the emotion come in. you know, if this could be the new boss for some of us, this can be a new relationship for others of us, you know, maybe if we left the Knight of Pentacles type energy and going into a new relationship where things are looking up or looking forward, or, you know, like I said, the new boss type energy, or maybe we're being called to step into Queen of Swords energy. Don't let the emotion this month override us. Stay in a grateful state, an inspired state. We have that word depth, and that goes really well with our personalities. Think, you know, think about things. We're the thinkers here, you know, and obviously we can defend ourselves to get whatever it is that we want, because we will do that this month, you know, which I think is actually really good. It's a good kind of energy for us, you know, as long as we don't truly flip. It would feel more like generous, outgoing, and, you know, if somebody was making us that angry, they would probably be deserving of it. So take the deep breath, because these are really our good, strong, powerful energies, like towards job or work or things like that, especially because our next card here is the Three of Rods. I almost knocked my angel cards off, which I knocked the book off in the Libra reading. But we have the Three of Rods. This is someone who's ready, willing, and able to hang on to whatever it is that they achieved by remaining in calm control of the situation. So the Queen of Swords energy is always in control. Always in control. It would mean that we would know that there was no need for like being impulsive, that it was a time of acting in a mature, responsible manner, like the Queen of Swords energy. Mature, responsible manner based on experience. Queen of Swords energy is their experience and common sense. That's the Queen of Swords energy, wherever it's coming from. And we'd be taking things like in our own hands. We would consolidate whatever situation, business, enterprise that we were in, and we could expect like financial gain because of that. We would define the role that we wanted to play, and we would present it to the world in a positive way, you know. And if we act like that, that type of attitude draws situations and helpful people towards us. We would have established like this really firm foundation for whatever our business, our occupation, if we're going for a new job, and others would cooperate with us in order to help us succeed. That's what the card means. So at this point, we'd be exactly clear about who we are, and others respond to us in an extremely positive manner because we're so confident in ourselves. We're so confident, we're so assured, you know, we're inspiring, like our word down here. We're inspiring to the other people that are around us. We know who we are. We know what we're going to do. We know ourselves with this energy, and everything falls into place with that. So I'd want to pay attention to like how I was feeling about situations. If something was wrong for me, take the breath before, you know, do not cross my path unless you have the fear of God in you. If you're really, you know, making me angry, I don't think I'm supposed to swear, but it's that kind of energy. That's standing in place, knowing who I am, Why am I carrying these burdens on my shoulders? They're mine, and it's going to promote me and get me what I want. I'm glad to carry them, you know. I think for a lot of us, this might be work things, you know, for a lot of us, because whatever it is we're going for, we are getting it. So I might as well say I'm grateful now, because like our word down here, because our next card's the Sun card, and that's actually an excellent positive card. It relates to energy, confidence, success, happy, good times, good situations, uh, new beginnings, fresh starts, everything going well and right in our life, accomplishment, success. What's the other word? Contentment. It's like wonderful type energy, and it also means material well-being, which is how this card feels too. Material well-being, you know, being optimistic and happy in our frame of mind, you know, cheerful. There's a lot of words that go with this. Cheerful, self-confident. We decide who we're going to be, how we're going to present in that card, and then we just strut our stuff. We'd be full of like vitality, energy, ready to take on like new projects. Maybe that's why we have this 10 of rods in here, because we're taking on new projects, whatever it is, or making changes in our life that are for the better. So whatever it is we're planning, we'd have really a lot of confidence and enthusiasm about it. We would not at all be worried about the outcome, like how is this going to work out for me. We wouldn't even bat an eye or blink an eye, is the way they're saying it. Sometimes with this card we move to a sunny climate, you know, maybe buy a vacation home somewhere, maybe we're remodeling our house. There's usually children in here, you know, in this card. There's not on these, but it's like getting along together and working together for a goal, you know, all those things, and being inspiring to others because of who we are, and getting what we want, like finished. That's the way they're saying to say it. Getting what we want, finished, accomplished, and making it through to the other side. So whatever it is that we're working on in our lives, I'm going to say it this way. Whatever it is we are working on in our lives that makes it possible for us to move forward and move away from the past and into energy of the future, and deciding who we're going to be, what we're going to be, and how we're going to approach all of our next situations in our life. We're almost at the end of the year. How we're going to approach them, and what we're going to maybe let go of if it's no longer worth it to us, and separate ourselves from it. You know, it's that type of energy, and I feel like it's good for us because of the sun. So whatever it is that we feel is holding us back from that this month, it will no longer hold us. That's the way they're saying it. So to me, the awakening and obedience thing would be obedient to myself, obedient to how I feel inside, not how someone else tells me to be or projects at me. And if they do, I will move on past and better myself, better my life. Can't make up the angel cards. Our card is the opportunity to forgive. Nothing's holding us Scorpios down. It says this situation brings you the opportunity to heal, grow, and release negative patterns. Hold the intention of seeing the other person's inner divine light and goodness, and we will help you release unforgiving thoughts, feelings, and energies to lift you to a higher place of peace and compassion, and let the sun shine on you. Good gravy, Scorpio. We're moving forward. I don't know what it means, but we're moving forward. It says the angel sent you this card because they see you've grown weary of a reoccurring negative pattern in your life. To break the cycle, it's important for you to release old toxic thoughts about the current situation and relationship. You can do this by breathing deeply and on each exhalation, giving your fears, worries, anger, and other painful emotions to the angels. Forgiveness does not mean that you are condoning the other person's behavior, just means that you're unwilling to carry the toxic feeling or thoughts about him or her. Release, be free, and experience positive thought patterns through forgiveness. Avoid blaming others or yourself. As you release the anger, a creative resolution to the situation will appear. There are hidden blessings in this relationship and situation. Focus upon desires instead of fears or judgments. Good gravy, Scorpio. With that Queen of Swords energy in there, we're moving forward, aren't we? Well, Scorpio, that's our reading for this month. I want to tell y'all thank you for your likes, shares, subscribes, and for your comments. I read each and every one of them. Really appreciate them. If anybody wants to know more about me or just go neb about me, all the information's below the screen in the About section. Or if you want to set an appointment with me, the information to do that is in the About section over at the website. And there's 2 short videos over there. One explains a prayer class, the other one the suture classes that I made for you guys. Prayer class is 2.5 hours long, tells you how and why you format prayers the way you do. The sutras are simple thought forms you put in a meditation, takes 5 minutes a day, enhances the clear perceptions dramatically. And in the 2 little videos, they're like 5 or 6 minutes long. They're over at the website. So to everybody I've met through 3 whole years of doing YouTubes, and all of you I've met through 31 years of doing this work, I want to tell you all it's been an honor, privilege, and a pleasure to serve you. Hopefully I'll see you back here next month. Bye-bye.